guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is going to be an unboxing video. I am a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. My oldest will be in 8th grade next year. I've got twin daughters who will be in 7th grade and my youngest will be in 1st grade. And I've started to purchase some of our curriculum, started to get in some of our curriculum that we'll be using next year. So I thought it would be fun to open these up with you guys and show you what I have so far. Now, if you watched my last video where I talked about some of the things I was thinking about regarding our curriculum, some of this stuff you're gonna recognize because I talked about it there. Some stuff I'm still making decisions on, and some things, believe it or not, I'm actually changing course from what I was even thinking through in that video. In particular, our science choices for next year. This year we are using Brain Builders, which I love. I love the curriculum. But as I started thinking about it, as I've been kind of praying through different choices, even though I love it, I am realizing that maybe it's not the best option for my kids and for our homeschool dynamics next year for multiple reasons. So I started to just look into other options. There's so much out there, so many great things. I've been hearing things from a lot of different people, both here on my channel and in real life. And as I've been looking through things, I think I found something that is really going to work well for us, that is going to be solid, biblical worldview based, something that is going to be engaging for my kids, and that will allow me to do science with all 4 of my kids, not together, my 3 older kids, and then my younger one, without having 3 different programs that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to wait to share what I'm doing specifically with that until in my curriculum picks video, because I want to make sure that, I've got down what I'm going to do. So still looking at options, still, making that final decision, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be changing course on science. I'm feeling excited about it, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys in a future video. So what I have here today, I've got some BJU Press. I've got a big mixture of things. BJU Press, Apologia, Master Books, Memoria Press, and some Logic of English. So those are all the things that I'm going to start opening. So let's get started. All right, this box I already opened, but I haven't really looked through everything just yet. This is our BJU Press 7th grade literature and writing and grammar. So BJU Press actually sent me this curriculum because I'm going to be doing a flip through and review on it. So let me show you what came with it. So I have this book right here. This is the student textbook for their literature course. My girls have really enjoyed the 6th grade literature this year, and they really wanted to move forward and stick with 7th grade literature. So we're really excited about this. The novel that came with it for 7th grade is The Chronicles of Narnia: The Last Battle. We have been reading through the Chronicles of Narnia as a family for our read aloud time. We've done The Magician's Nephew and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and we are about halfway through The Horse and His Boy. So I'm thinking maybe we'll speed up our read alouds and maybe get to the rest of them before they have to read this next year. But this is the novel that came with the 7th grade curriculum. And I didn't do this with my son this year because he used Essentials in Writing and Essentials in Literature. So this would be completely new to me. What I did not realize is that 7th grade with BJU Press, their literature course and their writing and grammar are combined. So they did send me the writing and grammar work text for 7th grade. I had already bought, you guys will see in a minute, I just remembered I've got some Essentials in Writing stuff here. I bought Essentials in Writing 7th grade for my girls because they were having a big sale, and I thought that was what we were going to be using. We still may. They are interested in giving this a try because they really like BJU Press. It's the same teacher this year that they had this next year that they had this year in 6th grade, and they really like her. So I still need to look through this and see what their writing curriculum is like. I'm pretty sure, we've loved using BJU Press in the past. I know with Essentials in Writing, we've got grammar heavy at the front of the year and then different writing projects at the end of the year. And this tends to kind of mix it in. So they've got some grammar and then they break for narrative writing, then more grammar and then informative writing. So I'm curious to compare this a little bit more closely with Essentials in Writing 7, but we may be giving this a try. So my girls just have BJU Press for their writing, grammar, and literature. This also comes with student handouts, so different papers that go with both the literature and the writing and grammar. And then I do have, pull them out of the box, I do have the teacher manuals for this course. We really enjoy using the online video lessons with BJU Press, and I was just recommending this to a friend the other day because they were just kind of looking for something with a solid biblical worldview foundation, something a little bit more hands-off because they needed that time during the day to work, tend to some other things. And we used BJU Press when my son was 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. We used pretty much all of their online video lessons and really liked it. So it's a solid program if you're looking for something like that. So we most likely, we will do that for our literature, but I do have teacher editions that I plan on going through and flipping through them in case you guys are interested in seeing that and learning more about how the program would work if you are not using online lessons. Okay, so that is literature for my girls. And next, let me open this box here. This is Memoria Press. Okay, so I've got 2 different boxes here from Memoria Press. We use their Latin series. So we have been using their Latin from the beginning. Since my son was in 3rd grade was when we started. Their first course is called Prima Latina, and so we started with that. And after that, they have Latina Christiana, and then first form Latin, and then second form Latin is what we are doing this year. So I needed to order our 3rd form Latin materials. So I have this box here. I'm pretty sure this is flashcards. These are flashcards. Okay, we've got a 3rd form Latin pronunciation CD. I have these for all of the years and I don't think I've used them once. But when you order this, it does come with the package that I ordered came with online lessons. So you can, you have access to that if you need to see how the lesson is taught, how to pronounce things. And you can use that for your lessons. They're online lessons. I teach it to a small group of kids through our co-op, so I will usually watch the lessons to kind of get a feel for how to pronounce things, how the lesson should go, anything I might need to know, and then I just teach it from there. It's very scripted, pretty open and go. We've really enjoyed the course, very straightforward. So I highly recommend it if you're looking for a Latin program and you don't have to teach it. That's just how we started doing it a few years ago. You could use the online lessons and do that. But let's see, this came with, I didn't order this, must have been a little free gift. O Come, daily Christmas readings. So we'll maybe save this for next year at Christmas time. And came with a calendar as well. Didn't order that, so another little freebie in there. Okay, these are our 3rd form Latin books. So we've got a student workbook. I've heard that 3rd form is a little bit easier. We'll see. This year has been challenging. There have been a lot of declensions, conjugations, a lot of grammar that we have learned that it's been a lot. So somebody ahead of us told us that it gets a little bit easier once we get past some of this. So I am looking forward to that. I did get multiple student workbooks. I actually should have 4 in here because I've got, one for each of my older kids, and then I get a workbook for myself because I am learning this along with them. So I like to go through the exercises and do the workbook myself. This is Teacher Key So just gives you answers for your workbook pages, your quizzes and your tests. And then we've got student textbooks. And then also I ordered, these are second form Latin review workbooks. So I get these for my kids to do over the summer. So it's just gonna be kind of a review to keep them practicing what we've been learning this year, so they're ready to go into third form next year. We actually just have a couple more weeks and then we're gonna be finished up with this, but we definitely are gonna need some practice still. So this is gonna be really good to go through. Review answer key. So this will be for us for the summer. And then let's see. Okay, I have a quizzes and tests for third form. And then there is this teacher manual, but I thought this other one was a teacher manual too. Did I? Okay, I've got the teacher key. Okay, so yeah, that's just the teacher key. And this will be the actual teacher manual. So this will be basically the same thing. If you guys want to flip through of any of our Latin stuff, let me know. The keys are really great. They basically have the student textbook in the middle, because I don't get a textbook for myself. I just use this. And then on the outside is kind of your script as a teacher, what you need to say to be teaching. So if you're curious about Latin, I'm happy to do a flip through or show you any of our stuff. If you have a specific level that you're curious about, let me know. Or, I could do a video of each separate level, or I could just do all in one shot talking about it. So if you're interested in that, leave me a comment below so I kind of know what direction to head with that. Okay, and then also from Memoria Press, I grabbed, so for my little class that I teach, they do, they print off certificates at Memoria Press. So I always get a certificate for each of the kiddos that are taking the class just to give to them when they finish. So I ordered some of those. It's printed on nice heavy paper. I think it's less than $1 to do that. So I grabbed our certificate since we're about ready to get finished with that. And then one of you guys actually told me about this. They have this little Latin grammar recitation handbook. And this is from first form through fourth form Latin. At the beginning of every class, we go through recitation and recite a lot of the conjugations, a lot of the grammar forms, and it can be a lot to remember. And typically I just been kind of keeping a running list on a piece of paper, and then I go through and pick out what we want to recite. So like I said, one of you guys had told me about this little book. So I picked it up, and there's a flashcard index in here, and it did come with some recitation flashcards. So I'm gonna have to look through this and see how I want to organize them. And then this lists out just different things for each form that are important to be able to recite and to have memorized. So this will be a helpful tool, I think. Okay. Next up, let's open up this Essentials in Writing box, since I pretty much know what's going to be in here. So we are sticking with Essentials in Writing next year, level 8 for my son. So he's doing level 7 right now. He's done really well with the program. There were a couple of weeks where I was starting to get a little bit nervous because we were on the narrative writing, and narrative writing just isn't his strongest, but I feel like he's done really well with the grammar and with the other forms of writing. So we're gonna stick with it. We are gonna be supplementing with another curriculum just to kind of add some more elements to that. And I'll talk more about that when I do my curriculum picks video as well. But we are gonna be doing Essentials in Writing level 8 with my son. Some of these look different than what we have this year. Maybe they've rebranded a little bit. This book is a little bit different. This is a level 7 book for my girls. Again, I bought these when they were having a sale, and I did not realize that BJU Press combined their literature and writing and grammar. So I'm still not 100% sure that we're not going to use this. Like I said, we're gonna try BJU Press and see what they think. But I do have a level 7 workbook, and then we've got an assessment and resource booklet for level 7. It looks pretty similar to the current one we have, just with a different cover. So, and then I have level 8 as well for my son. So assessment and resource booklet. And then I've got his book in here as well that'll actually take him through his lessons. While they were having their sale, I had also picked up Essentials in Literature level 8. We may be going a different direction in literature as well. I'm not sure yet. I want to look through this. It comes with the book Night is what they do for his literature piece. I mentioned in my last video that I've been looking at the Generations literature curriculum for him, and I really like how it looks. I haven't loved literature this year from Essentials in Literature. It's not terrible, but I'm gonna flip through this and see what I think, and then make some decisions again. Maybe we'll even try a little bit of both. I'm not sure yet, but I did grab this while it was on sale, so we'll either use it or I'll end up selling it. I don't know. Or we'll hang on to it, and then at some point I may use it with one of my other kids. But that's what I have from Essentials in Writing. Okay, next up, I've got, this is from Logic of English. So Logic of English, this is gonna be completely new to me. One of my friends, I mentioned her in my last video too, she used to be an English teacher, and she was recommending this curriculum to me for my youngest. Okay, this box is really hard to open. There we go. We have been using My Father's World kindergarten this year, which I really love. And my son is doing really well with it. He is flying through his reading and phonics section right now, and he loves the curriculum, but I think he's ready for a little bit more. And so we're probably gonna start this sooner rather than later. My friend had recommended to me that we can probably get pretty quickly through this first level, which is Foundations A. There's still a lot I need to learn about it, but it combines phonics, handwriting, vocab, spelling, and just teaching them all those skills, no sight words, really working on being able to sound out your words. And I think it's going to be, from what I know about it and what I've read about it, I think it's going to be really good for him. So my friend had lent me a lot of her materials, but I did need to pick up some of their flashcards, cards, and the consumable workbooks. So I have these game cards right here. My son loves to play games. Anytime I can incorporate that into a lesson, he loves it. So I thought that these would be good to have. We've got basic phonogram flashcards. I have spelling rule flashcards, and then these are some game tiles. I debated if I needed this because we've got letter tiles and things like that, but I figured it was probably specific that needs to go with the curriculum, so I did grab some of those. They had these 2 books that go along with their A and B, just little readers, so Doodling Dragons and Whistling Whales. And then I have the Foundations A workbook. This is that consumable workbook. And then I also went ahead and picked up the Level B book. This one I think has like 40 lessons or so in it. So like I said, I think we're gonna get through it pretty quickly if we do a lesson a day, and then we'll be ready to head into B. And then finally, we have big whiteboards, but they had these little whiteboards that are specific to their curriculum, and I thought my son would enjoy using it, so I grabbed one of these as well. Okay, so that is from Logic of English. I am going to be looking through this probably this weekend and figuring out how we're gonna use it, learning more just specifically about how the lessons are gonna work, and we're probably gonna start on this next week is my hope. Okay, this next box is from, where is it from? I think this is Master Books. Okay, this is Master Books. So I did decide to go with this Let's Talk Science Adventures and Creation Level 1 for my son who will be in 1st grade next year. I looked at and debated between a lot of different things. From flipping through it and reading about it online, I think this is gonna work really well for our schedule. I think it's gonna be really interesting for my son and how he likes to learn. I think it's gonna fit into our week really well. They do 3 lessons a week and they're fairly short, about 20 minutes or so. I did look at the video component, and I decided to not go with that right now. So we'll see. I haven't used this before. We were doing My Father's World when my oldest was in 1st grade and using their science, and I didn't really like it. It was a lot of Usborne books and it was just not very much. I don't want anything that is too crazy rigorous for 1st grade, so I thought this looked good. There are a couple things that I wasn't sure about. There's a little story that kind of runs through it that looked a little bit, I don't know. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna like that part, but everything else looked really good. And just out of everything I looked at, I think he's really gonna like this. So science for my 1st grader this year. And then the other thing that I got from Master Books was I did go ahead and pick up Foundations in Worship, and I got a book for all of my kids. This, I thought, looks like a really great curriculum, going through hymns, so basically hymn study, learning about hymn writers, themes of the hymns, what worship is, why it's important to our lives, and just tying everything to scripture. The book looks really engaging, and I actually, I got 4 books. I'm only planning on using it with my 3 older kids right now, and I'm hoping maybe to do either when we're all working on our subjects together, whether it's in the morning or whether it's in the afternoon, whenever that is. But this will be for my 3 older kids. I did get 4 books because I wanted something where I could follow along with them, although I won't necessarily write in here, but then I'll have an extra book for someday when my younger son wants to go through it. So I'm looking forward to this, just a little add-in to our group subject time that I do with my older kids. Okay, the last box that I have here is from Apologia. I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but I've been looking at so much stuff lately that I'm not gonna say it until I actually see and I know what it is. Okay, yes, so this is, I bought some books that we're going to use for family Bible study time, and I couldn't remember if I just got 1 book or if I bought the whole series, and I did go ahead and do the series. So this is the Apologia What We Believe series. And again, a friend had told me about it. It comes with 4 different books. So here's the first book. This is Who is God and Can I Really Know Him? And I think this is designed for, okay, it says ages 6 through 14. So we've been doing the BJU Press Worldview study, which has been wonderful. I have a video on it and I highly recommend it, but it's mainly for older kids. So I've been reading through it with my older kids, and this I thought would be good. Some of the concepts might be familiar to my older kids, but it is never bad to just hear things over and over again. And this, I think my younger one can even kind of sit and listen to with us. So my plan is to do this as a family, and start implementing, maybe in the evenings or, so Dad can do it with us too. But I think this will be a really good curriculum to go through with the entire family. So first book, Who is God and Can I Really Know Him? The second book is called Who Am I and What Am I Doing Here? So this is biblical worldview of self-image. And this first one, biblical worldview of God and truth. And then book 3, we have biblical worldview of servanthood, who is my neighbor. And then biblical worldview of stewardship, what on earth can I do? So a really solid series. I'm looking forward to going through this with my kids. This also came with a free gift. So, because I didn't order this, but Jesus Eyewitness. So I bought these when they were on sale. There must have been just a free gift that came with it. All right, so that is it, you guys. Those are all the boxes that I have right now. I've got a curriculum fair that is in town at the end of the month. There's a couple things that I want to look at there, mainly regarding science, vocabulary. I got some great suggestions. So I think there's 3 things that I'm gonna be looking through to try to figure out what I wanna do for vocab. And then I will be putting together videos for specific curriculum picks, and I'll try to do one for 8th grade, one for 7th grade, and then one for 1st grade. So either end of the month or early next month, you guys can be looking out for those if you're interested in seeing specifically what I chose to use for my kids for our homeschool curriculum. All right, I hope you enjoyed unboxing with me today. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future content. I will see you next time.